day.
Right.
That's worth the money to me.
What I did is, and the educator term is the bell schedule, right? I set up the bell schedule at home with Alexa and reminders. So Alexa tells the kids, hey, first break's over.
Yeah, but I don't have control over that household.
I know. I'm telling you what I did. I don't know.
That's a great idea. It's a fantastic idea.
Right.
But when he's not in my home,
no,
I can't set up their Alexa. So he needs to have something on his arm so I can call him and he can be like, hi.
Who's your provider?
T-Mobile.
Yeah.
He knows how to, like, I've even set up all of his calendars. I
don't know what the T-Mobile product is, but I know that Verizon has a product that's their own kind of smartwatchy thing. So you don't have to drop the $500 for the Apple Watch. Yeah.
That's what's killing me is like, and by the way, if anybody's going to get a new fucking Apple Watch in my house, it needs to be me, not my 6-year-old. So maybe there's another solution, but I need to do something because it's hard as
because
donkey balls.
We went through talking about the home. What do we call it? Distance learning. About the distance learning was initially like everybody was super diligent and we were on when we needed to be. And then, the grownups in our house just stopped paying attention.
Well, there's just exhaustion. Fatigue has set in. Like nobody wants to do this anymore.
Right. No, it's like the mess. First of all, everybody wants the kids back in class. Let's just be clear about that.
So let's just vaccinate all the teachers and the administrators and the kids so that they can go back to school.
First, right?
Yeah.
But, so then nobody was paying attention and then, and we're very lucky. We've got great teachers and the youngest has a teacher that was also a teacher for the oldest. And so we get a message over Foursquare, which is the school messaging thing or whatever. And he's got his Nintendo Switch down in his lap and he's just playing games during class. And that had gone on a while and it's horrifying, some poor teachers there doing their best.
I know it's not good for anybody. And the teachers are working hard
for a while.
and the kids are just, I get an email every time he goes to the other household. I get an email from the teacher. It's like, he didn't go to any of the classes. He hasn't turned in any of the work. He didn't I'm like, what is he doing?
What school?
He's in the Montessori school.
Oh, the Montessori school.
It's just the problem is he's
it's 6 Montessori.
Years old.
It's play, right?
Yeah, not. He's 6 years old. As an adult, you can't just expect a 6-year-old is going to hop on Zoom every couple of hours when he's supposed to and do the work on his own. You have to micromanage it.
Right.
And that's not happening over there. So I need to I've tried so many things. And the only things that work are the things that I have control over.
I would just get T-Mobile's got to have a kid's phone. I would do a phone before a watch.
I don't think so because he'll put it down and then he won't hear it. Like it needs to be on his body. Even if they have a different watch, that'd be fine with me. I don't want to particularly spend a ton of money, but I want to make sure it's effective. If it's a crappy watch.
I hate my Apple Watch. I've never really cared for it because it's so distracting. You'll be talking to somebody and the thing shakes and immediately.
And you always look at it.
I always look at it.
Yeah, that's why I stopped wearing mine.
It's hard to
be
blow
honest, because I felt like every time I would turn my watch to see like what message just came up, it looked like to the other person I was talking
You're giving
to,
him
like
the finger.
I was like, it's time to go, like hurrying them up. When you look at your watch, like, what time is it? And
it's like giving him the finger.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck you. I'm.
Yeah. You're not important.
You're not important as this thing on my wrist.
Right. That's why I quit wearing mine.
I quit wearing mine for the same reason. And then I went back because, Apple's doing the fitness thing now. Mm-hmm. Like you can do the Apple classes for fitness.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I got that handled with my iFit and my Nordic Trek.
I know. How is that thing going?
It's amazing.
Just in review. Oh, we talked about this last time, didn't we?
We did. Yep.
Yeah. You got the Peloton Nordic Track treadmill.
Yes. The Peloton, not Peloton. I'm in the middle of a running training series in South Africa.
Peloton and the fact that it's fucking expensive.
Yes.
Treadmill and the fact that it's a treadmill.
That I had to take a mortgage out.
Peloton's like, those fucking treadmills are expensive.
I am in the middle of a running training program in South Africa. Like it's 12 days of different runs and at Cape Town and down in the.
Are they Dutch South African or English South African?
I don't fucking know.
I didn't know either.
Are you
but
trying to make me feel stupid?
No. And the only reason I know is because I had 2 sets of South African neighbors. And, you think South Africans are South Africans, right? But one set was Dutch and the other was English, which is the thing.
Are they offended by the other? Is one offended
it's not the same.
Of course.
So that goes back to like the 1800s during the age of discovery and exploration. That was a large seafaring port, right? South Africa. Everybody ran the Cape for all the shipping that went from Asia back to Europe and sailing ships. And so it was controlled by the English and the Dutch. They handed it off a few times.
Thanks for that.
There you go.
History lesson.
Isn't that so exciting?
Did you watch the inauguration last week?
I did.
And
I thought Lady Gaga was amazing.
Wasn't she? She was scared to death. Did you see her? She was like...
I'm going to go on record as saying her music's not my thing, but she's got some pipes, man.
Yes.
And I like her style.
I think she was amazing. I have so here are my thoughts about it.
And just having her there says she's like singing for gay people too.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And transgender. It's like, fuck you. Because
everybody, yeah. I cried the whole morning. Everything that happened, I cried, except for one moment. And I was this might be an unpopular opinion, but I hated everything about Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's
and I'm going to say, I'm actually a fan of hers.
I want to raise my hand.
Okay. Raise your hand.
No, I am agreeing.
Yes. Okay.
In agreement.
Here are my thoughts. I think she didn't do a great song anyway. B, she was a fucking princess who showed up like a guest to a wedding wearing white.
Oh yeah.
And so, first of all,
she had
me.
Kind of that chiffon throw and
she had an ugly outfit on anyway, but you don't show up trying to outshine everybody at a presidential inauguration. There are a few occasions in life in which you don't really have to be the center of attention. Weddings are one. Let the bride and the groom be the center.
Chill out.
And presidential inaugurations.
Well, I was talking about it felt like a wedding. The inauguration felt like a wedding.
It did.
It felt like America was getting married.
She was not the bride.
No, she wasn't the bride.
Anyway, I hated that part of it, but everything else was remarkable and beautiful. And of course, a lot of it was the sentiment that we feel like there's hope now. And we probably many of us can agree that he's the right president for now.
I can put my finger on it.
He's like,
I got it all figured out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me.
It's that we saw Republicans and Democrats, and this is just my personal feelings actually, sitting there on a stage together.
Not catfighting.
Yeah, cooling out. I mean, I think there is such a deep longing for our politicians to fucking get along, and you get some of what you want, and you get some of what you want, right? Let's say, mandatory mask for everybody, but we all got to wear big belt buckles. I mean, that's fine. Whatever it's got to be. But we want people to work together. We want these motherfuckers to work together for a change.
Exactly.
And it's seeing them at least have the decency to hang out and be nice to each other and say nice things about each other.
Yeah, it felt good.
It felt good.
It was great. My son was with me and he was like, Mom, why are you crying? Oh my God. You want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
He says to me,
funny?
Yes. So my son who's 6, he said, he asked me something about Donald Trump not being there. And I'm like, well, here's why. And I said, sadly though, if he doesn't get convicted in the impeachment, I said he could come back. And he looks at me and he goes, He goes, I'm going to remember Donald Trump in 4 years when he tries to come back. And then he goes, because it's not like I'm going to be 50 and not be able to remember anything. And I'm like, oh, you were so cute. And
kids are the best. Our kids, yeah. I don't even want to say it, but I'm saying it anyway. And that is, they think that Donald Trump may have invented COVID. Because he gets pummeled in our house.
Yeah, I know.
That's a podcast hopefully I'm going to do later with Rosemary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one.
Do another episode of Lightweights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm ready for it all it's never going to go back to the way it was, but I will say that I've been really focused on what the future of work is going to look like in terms of not my work in particular, but generally in the world and consulting people. And I've been doing a lot of work around, what the hybrid ecosystems are going to look like.
By the way, I've
we design them?
I've solved this.
Yeah.
With the new setup, you'll see it.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait. What are you going to do with that new setup? Are you going to bring it down?
Yeah. Now that we're talking about a different timeline, I want to get it down here.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Because then you can.
It is kind of a struggle for the listeners out there. What we're doing is like, we're far apart at the table and we've got two microphones in the line of vision between the two of us. So it's hard to see each other and we're kind of creaking our necks.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff in the middle.
So yeah, Phil's invented a new apparatus.
No, it's not my invention. Not at all. It's just getting shit out of the way.
It was a good excuse for him to put a goddamn round table in here and not a square table.
It's going to be so much better.
You're probably right. I'm excited for it. Podcasting, it's becoming a thing for me, like a bigger thing. Talking with businesses, like companies with partnerships.
Hold on. Speaking of Apple Watch, it says there's a Nixle.
A Nixle?
Yeah, you don't know what Nixle is?
Yeah. Oh, just kidding, says the governor.
Flash flood warning.
For Napa, right?
No, for here.
Oh.
Which it hasn't even rained yet.
I know. I feel like,
come on, you're my kid. They're like, we are going to be so on top of this.
It was supposed to start raining 2 days ago and still hasn't rained.
But doesn't it end up raining somewhere? Like, is it raining in Ukiah or Carmel or?
It doesn't matter. It said in Petaluma it was going to rain.
Right.
For days upon days, and we haven't seen it yet.
What else were we going to talk about too?
I don't know. This is your show.
I know.
You're the boss of this show.
This, just for the record, this isn't the show I wanted. This is the show COVID allows.
Right.
Right. Because you can't run around
interviewing,
talking to strangers.
Yes, that's true. That is true. But me, I love to podcast, so I could sit
you're a good sport
and do this every day.
Good, because you might.
My dream would be to just skip to work every day and work in my podcast studio.
Clubhouse. Have you tried?
Oh gosh, yeah. You're so far behind. Haven't you been following me on Clubhouse?
No, I've
done some rooms with that podcast. We're creating a Not Gonna Lie podcast club.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Have you been in any of the rooms?
No. So Clubhouse, for those that don't know, it's a new app.
I have been living under a rock.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like everybody knows about Clubhouse.
I don't know.
Now. Really?
I just found out about Clubhouse.
I'm teasing you. It's not very new. I mean, it's not very old.
It's invite only, by the way.
It's invite only. And just in the last probably 6 weeks or 8 weeks, the invites have been becoming very generous.
Right.
Up until then.
You know who invited me?
David Jones.
No. Who's David Jones? The Monkees?
I don't know.
Buka did.
Oh, of course he did. Yeah.
This is how far back Buka and I go on inviting each other. I think I sent him one of my Gmail beta invites.
Yeah, I've been on it for a while.
By the way, I'm selling on Clubhouse. I'm not buying.
I can give you some thoughts. It could be a game changer if you are very strategic about what you want and what you're going to do to get it. And because the minute you go into there.
Explain to people. So nobody, I'll be honest.
You don't know what it is?
No, I know what it is. I know what it is now. I don't think anybody knows what it is. I thought it was super new and fresh.
Well, let's put it this way. Back in May of last year, they got funding and they were at a point where it was either going to die a rapid.
Give us a history. What is Clubhouse?
So Clubhouse is an app, and right now it's still in beta, and it's only for iPhone users. So that cuts out
I didn't know that either.
A certain number of people who can access it. Invite only, and it's all audio. And it's a networking platform. And so imagine podcasting live, right? With a room full of people, and you can pick a topic. You can start a room.
So is it kind of mastermindy? The way you
it
use
can
it?
be. Yes. So this is where, when I say you
Okay.
need to get strategic, because now there are so many people on there, and there are, of course, like people like me who are like stretching the rules a little bit and trying to do things that work for me and not,